Good evening, folks. Welcome back to Crown Liquors webcast number 7. Tonight we're going to switch things up a little bit, and we are going to focus on beer as opposed to the wine videos that we have put together for you folks previously. So tonight we're going to cover one of our favorite local craft breweries by the name of Flat 12 Bierwerks. Those guys are based out of the Near East Side, around the 400 block of Dorman Street. So we're going to review 2 beers this evening. We've got the Half Cycle IPA, and then we have the Pogue's Run Porter. And then as a special guest this evening, I've got Mr. Joseph Milton, who is our beer buyer down at our number 6 store at US 31 in Shelby. So we're going to have a little Skype interview going on with him this evening, and we're going to review these beers simultaneously, which is going to be kind of a new way to communicate our message to you folks as we move forward with this brand new project. So we're going to review these 2 beers simultaneously, give you a little bit of a different feel for what we've already done in previous videos. So I'd like to say hello to Joe and welcome him in. Joe, thank you so much for your time tonight.
Hey, Bren, how you doing?
Couldn't be better, my friend. We certainly appreciate you taking the time with us this evening to review these 2 beers from one of our favorite local craft breweries. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the Flat 12 Half Cycle IPA. So go ahead and get yourself your pour on there. All right, so let's talk a little bit about what we see first there. It's got a nice golden color, really nice white head, pretty solid lacing, even though we're drinking in relatively smaller vessels tonight.
Fairly hazy looking beer, which indicates heavy hopping.
Sure. Good with that. How about on the nose?
Lots of pine, lots of citrus, maybe a little grapefruit.
I agree with you completely. I think I certainly get a little bit of lemon lime zest, maybe a little grapefruit rind, but then I really get this piney, resiny type of aroma as well. How about on the palate?
Very smooth, easygoing malt profile up front, which leads away to a massive bitter hop punch on the back end. Just hugely bitter. Tons of hops, tons of piney, citrusy character that we were just talking about on the nose. Just massively bitter, though.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I think that it's a wonderful combination between a double IPA and a single IPA. And they make reference to it on their website as well as on the packaging. They're clearly baseball fans. So if anybody's familiar with the cycle and hitting for the cycle in baseball, a single and a double are half of what the cycle is. So, of course, you have to complete the cycle with a triple and a home run. So it's kind of a little interesting fun fact, which kind of helps don the naming rights of this beer. So it's kind of a fun, interesting backstory to the product. All right, well, let's move on to the Pogue's Run Porter then, okay?
All right.
All right, so go ahead and get yourself a little pour there.
So we got a nice dark red, dark brown color here. Not black though. Definitely a porter. Nice amber hues. Nice foamy tannish head.
Yeah, I mean it looks like a porter, right? Let's see if it smells like one. I get a fair amount of roasted malt on there.
Big roastiness, yeah.
Yeah, I also think, you're getting almost like this subtle brown sugar thing happening, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I get that.
But I certainly think there's an underlying thread of cocoa, maybe a little bit of espresso bean as well.
I definitely get those. Mm-hmm. Let's see what we got here.
Wow, that's absolutely delicious, isn't it?
Very rich and roasty.
I agree completely.
Super dry, clean finish.
Totally. And I think what's interesting, it's not nearly as full-bodied as what you would get out of a stout.
No.
But still possesses some of those characteristics as well, as we've already alluded to on the nose. I think the palate confirms it here. Slightly lighter in body. You don't get that high level of viscosity that you get out of some stouts, but still possesses a lot of that roasted malt character. So let's talk a little bit about a couple food pairings here really quickly. For the flat cycle, for me, the half cycle for me, I'm a big wing fan, so I would certainly recommend, if you're getting the fellas together to watch some Sunday afternoon football, hit up Buffalo Wild Wings or something along those lines, and swing by there, grab a couple dozen. I probably wouldn't go too terribly spicy personally for me. Probably go something more along the teriyaki line of flavoring. But I think that would be a wonderful pairing. How about for you, Joe?
Yeah, kind of depends on what you want to do with the IPAs there. They can go one of two ways, I always feel like. You can either accentuate the spiciness and the hop character, the bitterness, or you could cut it with a sweeter food. So wings is a great option because you can go either direction with that really easily.
Cool. What do you think? What do you think about the porter there?
I feel like this is a pretty nice, could be a pretty nice dessert beer. Chocolate in particular, maybe some coffee cake, chocolate covered cherries.
I could see that. Absolutely. I was thinking more along the lines of grilled meats, maybe some smoky barbecue perhaps. Also, I'm always a huge fan of chocolate covered fruit, and I know that you had just mentioned cherries, so I think you could go chocolate covered strawberries as well. Chocolate covered red raspberries I think would be kind of fun as well. Anything else that you feel like would pair nicely? Maybe some burgers perhaps?
Yeah, burgers would be something I would suggest for sure. Maybe even like a steak.
Sure, I think you could do a steak. I mean, I wouldn't do anything too terribly full-bodied,
Yeah,
but I think
a little bit more subtle steak for sure.
Yeah, I'm thinking, probably, you could even do like fajitas or something like that if you were going to use a little bit of steak in it. So that could be kind of enjoyable as well.
That'd be nice.
Well, I think in closing here, we're going to go ahead and let Joe sign off, but I'm going to raise my glass to you and just say thank you so much for your time. I certainly appreciate it. And
my pleasure.
Looking forward to getting caught up with you again in the near future, and we'll do a couple more beers as soon as we can, okay?
Sounds great.
Cool. Cheers. Thanks for your time, man. Have a great night. Folks, thanks so much for your time this evening. We certainly appreciate you giving us a few moments of your lives to educate yourselves about some of the brands that we love to represent here in our establishments. So do me a favor, check out the prices online. We're $10.99 a six-pack on the Pogue's Run, and then we are $11.99 on the half cycle. So keep in mind you're always going to get that 15% discount, and we certainly want some feedback from you on Twitter and on Facebook and on our website. So the Twitter account again, Crown_Liquors. You can find us at Crown Liquors on Facebook, and then crownliquors.net is our website. Keep in mind, too, we always do free beer tastings. That's why these blogs are so important. So if we review these products at the beginning of the week, you're going to be able to come out, hang out with us on a Friday evening, and make that happen. Those times are from 4 to 7 at the downtown location at the corner of Ohio and Delaware. So thanks again. I'm going to raise my glass for you because I'm sure you're doing the same for me in my absence. So until we meet again, thanks for watching. Cheers and best regards.